Welcome to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me with Goth Tarot. It's my weekly look into the shadow sides of our lives. And today I'm going to go back to the basics by using a design of the spread that I used a lot earlier in the history of this program. So we're going to get right to it, and we're going to be talking about what our dark gift this week is, courtesy of the Crow's Magic Tarot. And the Crow's Magic Tarot still appears now in the dark gift part of the reading, but it's rearranged differently. This time we're going to start off with what is our dark gift for the week. And thank you for tuning in. All right. The dark gift for this week is the Devil reversed. How interesting. Let's show that up there. The Devil reversed. Your dark gift is freeing yourself from what is really oppressive to you. Maybe your dark gift is saying, I can flirt with that dark side, that compelling side, that different side, but at some point I need to free myself from obsessions or various things that maybe interfere with progress. So I feel that that's the dark gift this week, is being able to understand what are your oppressions and how you can actually release yourself from them. There still is this little bit of dancing with the dark side here, though. So then next up, cards 2 and 3 are, what are your dark struggles this week? So I'm just going to put you right there. And for that, I'm going to use the Gothic Tarot. King of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. Well, clearly, things did not go very well, especially if you were starting off some new things like maybe new relationships, new romances. The Ace of Cups suggests that there's a struggle indeed in the sense of delays or non-beginnings. It's sort of like maybe a relationship that just can't get around to having the relationship. Things keep getting put on hold. And I would suggest that maybe part of this is an old foe of ours, our inner struggle to procrastinate or otherwise not be in management of our lives. And so I feel that although this could pertain to a relationship, it doesn't have to. It could be pertaining to any good new beginning that brings sort of some sense of pleasure or happiness into your lives. And oh my goodness, I shouldn't say that word to the goth crowd, but you know, we are moving into that time of year where more of us maybe find ourselves at indoor events, holidays, movies, meetings with people, whatever they are. And I think this is just a good sign of saying, really, don't burn out on these new adventures because you're not managing things. I think you're going to have to really realize that your struggle is kind of keeping in charge of stuff. And maybe some of this has to do with work. That is the idea with Pentacles sometimes, that maybe this pertains more to your career or vocational work. All right, so let's wrap it up then, and I'm going to use the Night Sun Tarot for the final 3 cards, and you will notice they are arranged in a pyramid. And these cards represent some individual ideas. We'll just do them one by one. So it's the Night Sun Tarot. Card 4. What is your dark truth this week? What is the dark truth for you this week? 7 of Cups, upright. The dark truth for this week. There is a lot of reasons why you have been trying to work on some happiness quotient. Maybe you've been trying to plan a holiday get-together with friends or with your family. Thanksgiving's coming up. All kinds of other holidays are soon to be coming up. And what the dark truth may be is that you're kind of awash in this. You're sort of more in your dream possibilities about this rather than the practical. And of course, that was borne out in a way by the fact that there's some management skills, or there's some procrastination in trying to manage parts of your life. And maybe what this reading is telling us is that because the holidays can bring out a lot of emotionality, and if you're in the States, you've just gone through a whole situation in our electoral process that had a lot of people willing to fight each other. And so that too doesn't bode well for our emotionality going forward towards, the holidays of Thanksgiving or the Christmas holidays. And so your dark truth is that you sort of feel like you don't want to really choose anything in particular to focus on. You're seeing all those things that are happening with the holidays coming up, and you'd rather not have to think about them in a way. Would you rather make a dark sacrifice this week? It's Major Arcana 8, Justice, but it is reversed. And so there's a not so cool idea here that maybe you're willing to sacrifice the concept of justice and fairness, or of having to make hard decisions where maybe they really are crucial for people, and you don't want to be in that position. And of course, the holidays could feel like that a lot. We are literally in that node before the holidays, that shadow before the holidays, if you want to call it that. Like we have a shadow of the Mercury retrograde. Maybe there's a shadow of the holiday season that has some of us gritting our teeth a little bit. So your dark sacrifice may be that you feel in order to really get better, you have to dispel with all the concepts, all of them, of what is good, what is wrong, what is sin, what is saintliness. You don't want to have to judge any of that. You would sacrifice it. But is that enough to bring a dark redemption to you? Our final card is the Dark Redemption. What is it that will actually make things better? The final realization. and where you can go from here. It's the Eight of Cups, and it's upright. And the Eight of Cups in this version is holding a scales. And I think what it says is that we know we have to move onward. Maybe what the whole holiday scene is just something we need to make our own peace with and not let it be such an anchor into our psyche here with the holidays coming on, the sense of our own grief, our own loss, our own unhappiness. We should resolve to allow other people to have what they need out of the holidays and to move forward ourselves towards what we know is the right path for us. We start with the dark gift of having to dispel the things that maybe bind us one way or the other, that maybe it's too much or too little. We need to find the equilibrium there. That's what our dark gift is finding that equal line there between oppression and freedom. But our dark struggles are really about dealing, I think, with some of the happiness of the time that could be happening, and the fact that maybe our management skills or our whole orientation towards what is really a leaning towards materialism. Let's not leave out the idea of capitalism and overconsumption with the idea of the holidays too, and that it itself is maybe not really engendering happiness, emotional happiness with us. Therefore, with our truth of realizing that maybe none of these options are really the right ones for us and we should not choose now, what we should realize is our sorrow to bear, or what we can try to make a sacrifice with, the idea of what are those antiquated notions of justice. And I'm just now noticing, of course, that there is justice here in this card, but then there is also that sense of justice in the Eight of Cups with the scales that are being held by the person there in the picture. The final redemption really could be, the dark redemption could be charting our own course through all of that. I think that's really what it's saying. People in dark Goth land. We'll see you next week. Hang in. The holidays are only just beginning. By the way, special announcement. Later tonight, today, November 16th, it's Hecate night. So please watch my special honoring and meditation of Hecate, the Greek goddess of long ago who still is in the hearts of many pagans and witches and Wiccans all over the world. At this time, we look at her ancient feast day, November 16th, and I am doing a meditation for her, just as I used to do in person many times over the years. But now, in my own chronage, I am reduced to using the internet to reach out to everyone, especially you Hecate followers. So, happy Hecate Eve, and I'll see you next week for Goth Tarot.